Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Eve. This is Everyday Artist, and welcome. This is my Flosstube number 71, and this is the last day of January. And I have a few things today. It's not going to be as long as last week's. I know with my whip parade, it did go a little bit long. The first thing, I have a shop update. The Three Sisters Creative shop information. There is a sale running all of the month of February, 20% off of 2 or more items. And I created some more scissor fobs. These are up on the Etsy site. And the other ones that I showed last week, I realized that they didn't show very well. I might put some pictures here of what those look like. These have these cute little enamel hearts. One blue and one black. Okay, that's it for the Etsy site, for the site update, the Etsy shop update. Okay, so the first thing I have is a finish. I have another finish that makes 3 this month? 4. I don't know. So, can't see. The sun is, because I'm recording in the morning, so the sun is very bright today, and it is right there, like there. And I had to close one of the blinds just to be able to look at the camera. So this is Berry Slytherin. This is a free pattern from CrossStitchingForFun from their Facebook group, Wizard Snowmen, and there's 4 of them. This is the second one that I've done. So at the beginning of January, I had 4 things that I was hoping to finish cross-stitch stuff, because my WIPGO things were not cross-stitch. I had black whale, this, sorry, stop that, come here. Black whale, Wizard Snowman, Berry Slytherin, and the Mill Hill kit, which I'll show you in a minute, and Turtle by DMC. Black Whale was also by DMC. And I finished Black Whale, and now Berry Slytherin. I also finished Let Heaven and Nature Sing, which I had wanted to finish by the end of December. So I didn't get as many as I wanted done, but considering what kind of month I've had, I'm happy. So, so there's Berry Slytherin. Now, oops. Letters to Santa, Mill Hill kit. Gotten quite a bit done on that. I finished all the white. I'm working on gray. I have a little bit more blue to do, and then the dog. So, yeah. Well, when I have some black to put in here and there. So, but I was going to wait black to last because there's some back stitching and that needs black. And then, of course, there's some back stitching in red too, but of course there's lots and lots of beads. So after today, I'm going to work on it probably again later tonight, but after today, I'm not going to touch it until either May or July. So, yeah. I'm not going to try to overburden myself too much because I have a lot going on in the next couple of months. Sorry, excuse me. Hey, come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry. Anyway, sorry, she's got some sores. I'm trying to keep her from biting. So WIPGO. My WIPGO projects, number 2 and number 19. 19 was 20 days on Itty Bitty Kitty Committee, which I showed you my progress last week. I haven't done anything else on that. And I realized today, you know, I plan to maybe finish making all the little kitties before I set it aside, that 20 days is pretty unrealistic for me. I've got a lot of going on so everything that I have on my WIPGO for 20 days, I'm going to put it at 15, which would put that as goal met, but I'm going to do some other stuff on it. So, I'm not going to post it as goal met yet. And then I'm going to change all of my WIPGOs that are 20 days to 15, just because there's 2 goals in a month, and a lot of them are quilts, and they take more time because you have to be able to have the space to work on them, and that's been a lot of my issue this month. So this other one, finishing my son's quilt, that was the WIPGO number 2. To finish it, I did work some more on it. I didn't bring it over here to show you because it looks virtually the same. But I was working on the second quarter, and I've got that half done. I've got, you know, more to do on there, and then the whole other half. As I've mentioned, I've been working in the garage this month to clear out the garage so that we can have our garage door replaced. So these projects, you know, I had to set them aside. Now, while I was going through the garage, you would not believe how many art supplies I have in the boxes that I have out there. And I just ended up just buying more. So I have so many art supplies and sewing supplies and patterns for sewing and yarn and, you know, just whatever I was doing at the time. And a lot of memorabilia. I am a huge Star Trek fan, Star Wars, Star Trek, mostly Star Trek. My son is mostly Star Wars. I'm mostly Star Trek. And yeah, he likes Star Trek pretty much too. Yeah, I turned him into a geek at a very young age. So I found stuff I knew I had, you know, but you know how you just kind of forget about it and you touch it again, you're like, oh yeah. Some photos with myself and actors that are autographed by them, just various stuff like that. Yeah, so it was fun looking through that stuff. I have no space for it in here, so I'm gonna have to make some decisions on how I want to keep it, store it, what I want to do with it. Yeah, so anyway, I digress. This is a Flosstube. We are not talking about Star Trek. Although, if we were to talk about Star Trek, I could talk quite a bit. Yeah. Anyway, so WIPGO that's all my whips for this month. I did not work on the turtle at all. But the whips I was working on, you know, pretty close to being done. Or pretty close to being done. So WIPGO for February was called, and they called 17 and 5. Now in 5, I had my sister's, the other cat quilt that I was working on, which is Calico Cats. It's a Missouri Star Quilt Company pattern. This was from their triple play the same week as the Itty Bitty Kitty Committee. So Itty Bitty Kitty Committee was designed by Misty. This one was designed by Natalie. And this is how far I got before. I didn't show you these last week. I had showed them before, but I have 2 cat panels. But I made a mistake. This background here should be this. And so I put the wrong ears on each cat. I put the wrong ears. So I'm going to switch that. It's relatively easy fix. No big problem. No huge problem to get the background the same on both cats. It would be okay if I left it like this, but I want to fix it. And so the rest of the cats, so that's this cat and this cat. The rest of the cats are with the background color, which I have as a gray. I don't have it here, but it's a gray. So it's not white like what's in here. And I have the, I used a layer cake. I bought it because of this. My sister absolutely loves cats. And I gave her the choice between this one and Itty Bitty Kitty Committee, and she chose this one. I had already purchased the fabric for both, so she could just choose. And so I had, it's supposed to be 5-inch squares, charm packs. So I cut it all down into charm packs. Now these are those that were cut down to make the other kitties. So I cut it down, and I had these left over after I cut enough squares. And I'm going to keep this in case, you know, in case. I can always use this to do a fancy border. Don't know if I want to do a fancy border. We'll see. In my WIPGO board, this, I'm supposed to work on this for, it says 20 days, but as I said, I'm moving them all to 15 days. I am hopeful that I can get more quality time on my sewing and quilting projects, because the garage door is due to be installed on February 3rd. If it's going to be or not, I don't know. I have to go to Sherwin-Williams and get paint chips, because after ordering the door, you know, they came and they put a little paint chip up to make sure they could match the door because of the HOA and all that. We got a letter from the HOA that said, your door is faded. You need to paint it immediately to match the house. I don't think it ever matched the house. And because we've been living here since 2018, April of 2018, so almost 4 years. The door is the same color it's always been. It doesn't look faded to me at all. It's a different color than the house. Not by a lot, but it is. So the HOA told me I had to call him and say, oh, wait a minute. He was matching the door that already exists. That's not going to be the right color, so what do I do? And they sent me the names of the colors that are allowed. Well, I looked on this, and the date for when these numbers came into play is after we bought our house. So that means that these colors might not match our house at all. And so if none of those colors match our house, because I have to go get paint chips and put them up next to the house and see which one closely matches for the door to be painted, and then call the door company. Yeah, probably none of them are going to match. But I'm going to go look at them and pick them up and bring the paint chips back and try to match them. and probably they're going to make us paint the whole house so that everything is the same color. We just wanted to replace the door. Oh, you gotta love HOAs. Okay, so then, as you recall, I was, oh, I'm missing a piece of paper here. Oh, there it is. I was wanting to do rabbits at the cafe, and it's on my WIPGO board, and I was like, man, if that's not called, I'm just going to start it anyway. Well, the other number, rabbits. Yay! So it just says start, but it also says 10 days. So I'm very happy. I'm very excited. Now, this is on a blue, and I picked this fabric. This was a fabric that was given to me by a viewer. And this darker area here, I looked at all these areas. I like this fabric, and I'm like, okay, none of those areas are going to work. But this one, this corner here is dark enough, I think. And so I started it. The light isn't helping. I started it. That's what the white looks like, and that's what I'm worried about is the white. If I went in person, I can see it. But if I feel I have other colors that I could put it on, there's a blue, I have others I could put it on. I just really liked this one. So that's my start. And now you can see it because the light isn't shining through it. That's my start. That's, it's not really one day. I'm not going to count that day. I started it on Saturday because there was a start here that the person who gave me this had, when she sent a whole bunch of fabrics and stuff. She sent them to Three Sisters Creative, and I plucked this one out. And it had a little piece here that I was taking out, and maybe it was right here. And I was doing that on Saturday not on Saturday. When did we shoot the video? We started shooting on Fridays instead. And so as soon as I finished doing it, because we were doing the video, I went ahead and started. But I got maybe 5 minutes of working it. So I'm not going to count that as one of my days. But yeah. So I'm really excited. It's a very small pattern. I think 38 by 38. It's not very big. And so I'm hopeful that will be enough days to get it done. But I'm kind of like, well, maybe I should get a darker fabric. She gave us so many fabrics that, that wouldn't be an issue. But I don't know. Okay, so that is the WIPGO. So I'm doing WIPGO. Those are the 2 projects for that. And I'm doing CrossStitchCamp. And that is a 1-color piece finished between February 1st and February 28th. And I'm also doing the I Love to Stitch by embroidery.com. And that one is stitching 30 minutes a day. I'll have all the hashtags below. But I'm also doing Helen D's Berry Stitch Along. And I'll have that hashtag below. That's Helen D on on YouTube, and East Coast Crafter on Instagram. And she's doing a berry stitch along. Now she's doing Erica Michaels' seasonal berries, and but she says, you know, if you want to stitch along with berries, just pick a berry and you can just do a berry. So if you have a berry pattern, you can go ahead and join the stitch along. It's not a big deal. I like, they're cute and they're quick stitch. And I did it was an Erica Michaels pattern, I believe. Holly Jolly Berries or something like that. I haven't made the berry yet, but they're sewn together a lot like this. This was provided, but it has a metal little thing, and on a berry you use on a berry you use a wool or some piece like that. And she's working with cobweb corners, and they're giving a discount on berry patterns, on the seasonal berry patterns. And I'm sorry, I don't remember, but somebody else on Etsy who has a shop that sells, she's making wool packs for finishing. And I'm pretty excited to go and grab some of those because they'll be in the proper colors and stuff like that. So I showed you the pattern, and I was thinking about, you know, what color I chose. Here she goes again. I chose Ice. This is Murano Corée from Hobby Lobby, 32 count. I think it'll go well with this pattern. It's not the called for. The called for is French lace from Winchlet. Since I want to start on February 1st, in order to do it with the winter cross stitch camp, I didn't want to wait for something to come in from anywhere. And as I said, the attic didn't have this color, and I looked at the other things they had, and I really didn't like what they had in stock. So I have the called for Scupper Dog. I have that, this color, but I'm going to use Frog's Legs. I like the way it pops off that, and that's what I'm going to use. So that's what I'm doing for Winter Cross Stitch Camp, the Berry Stitch Along, and the beginning of I Love to Stitch. By the way, embroidery.com has just sent the email for us to get our needle minders from Witchy Stitchy. If you were participating in that, go check your email and get that. Now, I was trying to get the free shipping for it, and it wasn't working, so I'm going to have to do something else. I get to my sister was having the same problem. Every time you tried to go through, it wouldn't give you the free shipping on that, and I haven't had that problem before, so I don't know if I was doing it wrong or what. Anyway, that is everything, I think. Yeah, I think that's everything. Well, thank you for listening. And I am I'm going to be trying to paint a lot more. I have committed myself to doing some free art classes. And if I'm going to do that, I need to be in the habit of painting, right? So, yeah, I got to get out those paintbrushes. So, I don't know when I'm going to be doing these things. Oh, and in February, of course, I am going to be trying to start on that tamarack jacket. I did not bring that over here with me because it looks the same as it did the last couple of times I showed you. It's just a pile of fabric. And yeah, but I'm going to wait until after the garage door's put in before I start trying to concentrate on something like that. And then that'll give me some time to work on this other stuff. Yeah. So happy stitching. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks.